There is an old saying that if you don't have money, then it can be the only source of problem in your life. And most of the people who try to invest in financial markets thinking that they want to be rich by a certain age usually falls into a trap of wrong mindset. There are a couple of things which people do incorrectly when they initially enter into markets or try to learn about the markets. Let's see what couple of things these are and how we respond to such things. The most common thing is usually people enter into market to get rich quickly. And to get rich quickly, they usually refer to some reference points, some influencers, YouTubers. They look at a lot of traders who are doing this and try to replicate them. They see the success of those people and thinks that it's very easy to get rich in the financial markets very quickly. If you continue with this pace of mindset of thinking like I want to make quick money, over time what happens is you just walks on a track of gambling. And usually financial gambling is similar to traditional gambling where you have 50-50 probability of winning if you trade in a very short period of time or if you trade without any edge. And that's the first mistake that a lot of people make. If you don't change your mindset over time, then the market teaches you itself that this is not for you. If you want to get rich quick, you have to show what skill do you have. You cannot just rely on some information or someone else's strategy to make a lot of money. You have to build your own foundation and preserve that foundation over the period of 1, 2, or maybe longer years. But if you cannot do that, then you're not even at the footstep of entering into the markets. The second most common thing when we just enter is listening to all the advices. I mean, listening to proper financial advices is good to get the fundamentals in. But once they are done, you should start producing your own thought process and structuring your own strategies. Because the information passed by some influencers is one way, which is not directly frameworked or structured for you. It's very common basic information, fundamental information that is passed, which is standard for everyone. But based upon your situation, your financial situation, your basic amount, what you want to invest, you have to change the strategy accordingly. The third trap is relating to the success or result first before investing. Let me explain you how it works. So let's say you took a real estate asset and you assumed or you thought that this will go to, let's say, 5x in the 10 years timeline. And you start thinking about the end result first and forgets about the smaller step that you need to take before you invest. You directly associate yourself with the results, which gives you a dopamine hit again. The dopamine effect is similar to whatever dopamine you get when you achieve that results. So you're basically engineering your brain to associate with the result first rather than doing the actual work. So if you keep performing similar mindset strategy for yourself, you will fall into a loop where you will be demotivated when you are not able to achieve that. And sometimes you'll also forget about the smaller tasks that you need to take care of, smaller risk profiling, smaller strategies that you need to take care of before you move to that result. And once that phase comes, you will try to change your strategy. You will try to change your plans itself. So what you will do, you will immediately sell those assets and look for some other opportunities. For the fourth trap usually our mind falls into is the positive hypothesis, or which I call one-sided thinking or one-sided hypothesis. Let's say you are very passionate about investing in real estate. So you just listen to positive news regarding real estate or positive information real estate, and you just discard the negative biases. And when you discard the negative biases, you cannot see the whole picture. And sometimes you also go through social media, YouTube, and these algorithms are trained in such a way that you are just fed the positive information regarding a particular asset class or sector. So over time, what you do is you're programming the algorithm as well as your mind to think only in positive direction. And a lot of people miss or lose money because they are not able to see the negative biases of a particular asset class. And what happens is that you just miss out all the risk that is associated with a particular asset. When you disassociate yourself from the risk profile, the only thing waiting for you is unexpected losses and randomness of the market. There was a study in 2013 which said that financial stress reduces your IQ by 13 points. And I think you don't need a study to understand that. When you're under financial stress or you want to achieve some financial success very quickly, what you do is you get blindsided by the success first. Your brain goes into a narrow focus area where you look for opportunities. And the narrow focus or narrow vision is the worst decision making in financial markets. You need a broader vision of particular thing. When you have a broader vision, you can make distinct and appropriate decisions based on your capabilities. Next, I will be covering how you can identify your risk profile and what questions you need to ask to identify how much risk you are capable to take in financial markets. Let me in the comments below what are some difficulties or traps that you yourself have observed that you fall into when you are into a financial trap. And believe me, people make really dumb mistakes when they're financially stressed or when they are very narrow visioned. See you later.